Hello and welcome to another edition, episode 60 of the Are You Ready Wrestling podcast here on Newport City Radio. This week I'm Luke and I'm going to kick off the podcast by talking about one of the most talked things this week, AJ Lee's return.
Hi, I'm Jack. For my segment this week I'll be talking all things Clash in Paris.
Feels weird that we're going to talk about Clash in Paris, but as long-term listeners might know that we record our podcast on a Sunday.
Sundays, yes.
So doing one for Clash in Paris last week was just a wee bit difficult.
Yeah, so we're doing this one this week.
So we're going to do our review 7 days later. I love this. That's episode 60 though, Jack.
Yes,
we were saying off a
massive milestone for the podcast.
It is a massive milestone for the podcast. The person who's been with me since episode 1, ironically, isn't here for episode 60.
He's not. He's away.
He's looking after some pets, as far as I've been told. So,
oh wow,
he'll be back with us next week, but it'll be
nice
and quiet this week.
Road to 100.
Road to 100. We've got 40 to go. Just another 10 months to go.
Yes,
till we get to episode 100. We'll get there, though.
I think we do. I think we will, yes.
We will get there. How are you, though, Jack?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
Been up to much? You've started college, haven't you?
Yes, started college on Monday, first week. Busy, but chill is the words I'd use for this at the moment.
Is that the words of the week?
Yes.
What are you studying in college?
My week. Art and media.
Nice. Someone who is a very well-known artist and is very good screenwriter, a New York Times best-selling author, script writer. I can name many things. Becky Lynch was on SmackDown on Friday, Jack.
She was. Once again, promo with CM Punk, which led to her
actress as well. I meant to put that in there as well. Highly well-known actress.
Which led to her potentially slapping CM Punk.
Well, she did slap CM Punk a couple of times.
Yes.
With Seth looking on in the skybox, or the hospitality box, I think we call it over here.
And then CM Punk exited the ring.
He did,
as usual,
and he's said that he would never put on his hands on another woman, but he knows someone who does.
Definitely does, those famous words.
And after 10 years, I think it took longer for this person to return to WWE than it did CM Punk to return to WWE, which is mad. AJ Lee, the wife of CM Punk, after many years of speculation that is she going to return, isn't she going to return, before we ever see it. It's normally around Royal Rumble season where we always get wild rumours.
Yeah.
I think Curtis might have predicted, he might have even predicted at the start of the year when we spoke about the Royal Rumble that we would see the return of AJ Lee in the event. It didn't happen at the Royal Rumble. This happened in September in Chicago, where she lives with Punk.
All we need now is Larry.
Yes. Yes, I wonder if Seth and Becky have a dog or a pet. That would be fun to watch. We can have a 6-person tag, six thing tag.
For those who don't know, Larry is CM Punk and AJ's dog.
He is. Who they've had for quite a while now, and there's such a great story behind it. If you haven't seen it already, go check it out. The reason as to why Punk and Lee chose Larry the dog. And he's become so iconic with Punk, isn't he?
He has, yes. Posing with countless photos with him on social media.
Yeah. AJ Lee's back though, Jack.
She is.
Very
exciting. Very exciting time for young and old wrestling fans.
We'll probably come on to it when we talk about Clash in Paris, because obviously this was set up at Clash in Paris.
It was.
It was obvious it was going to be AJ Lee, wasn't it?
After the segment we were talking about in Clash of Paris, yeah, it was very obvious that AJ was there, and has signed.
She has. How did that change your reaction to her returning? Would you have preferred it to be a complete surprise, or was something as big as this gonna leak and gonna get their way out there eventually?
I mean, with something as big as this, you're like rightly saying it would get leaked eventually with this, but it's kind of a shame because some fans, majority of the fans, are not so keen on the dirt sheets leaking. Majority of the time, it kind of taints the surprise in a way. It's still a surprise because she's a massive wrestler who took time out of the ring for so many years and is finally back. And yeah, I would wish it was slightly more of a surprise for me. But in the end of the day, it was a massive thing for wrestling at the moment, which is it is on a few million views.
A few million?
I
think it's close to 100 million views across all social media platforms. Probably crossed that by the time we talk. I mean, WWE, they do like their big viral moments, don't they? You look at some of the returns we've had. Lee, Punk even.
Yeah.
John Cena turning heel. John Cena probably winning the world title again. You know, just things like that they do like to boast about these massive views and these...
Cody Rhodes coming back.
Cody Rhodes return and things like that. Yeah, they do like to boast about how well seen these things are on social media, don't they?
I suppose social media nowadays has become sort of a numbers game. Who can get the highest, grossing audience on?
Newport City Radio is number one, of course.
Yes, of course. Yes.
You were going to say, Jack? Sorry.
Yes. Yeah, it's become sort of a relatively heavy social media age for wrestling at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I don't know how you feel. The feud between Punk and Rollins felt like it was kind of dragging on a little bit. They've been doing it since, last year. We're 9 months into the year. Obviously, we're probably building towards the Survivor Series War Games with everyone. Did you feel it was going a little bit stale? Is that fair to say?
Oh, personally, I obviously love both the wrestlers. Seth more so because he was the one who kind of kickstarted my love for the whole wrestling world. But I thought it was getting stale at some points, but then they found some way of spicing up a bit again, some way. And I suppose this mixed tag match that we're eventually going to be getting will be another chapter in their story. It will.
And you feel like the storyline, though, has played out incredibly well.
Yeah, the way they played it has been on point. The crowd, as ever, has been chanting AJ Lee's name ever since that one segment in Clash of Paris for the last few weeks. And they've played it incredibly well, the way they've done this.
Indeed they have. You say as well that there were so many matches you'd love to see her have.
Oh yeah,
talk me through some of these dream matches.
Well, I have two that spring to mind straight away. Roxanne Perez,
of course,
is one.
As soon as AJ Lee returned, that was one of my first thoughts. Is we need a match between her and Roxanne Perez. WrestleMania, maybe. I think that's WrestleMania worthy match.
And what I think is a SummerSlam worthy match. Liv Morgan versus AJ Lee.
Oh, you had to get Liv Morgan in there somehow, Jack.
Somehow, yeah.
You had to get Liv Morgan in there somehow. It would be an Are You Ready podcast without you.
No.
Me mentioning CM Punk, you mentioning Liv Morgan, or Curtis mentioning... Who's Curtis's favourite? Jey Uso or Roman Reigns. One of the two. You had to mention Liv Morgan.
That's the one guarantee on this podcast.
Yeah, that at least one of us will mention our favourite wrestler. Any other dream matches? Do you say Liv Morgan, Roxanne Perez? Because from for the nostalgia, we know that she's kind of on a full-time run at the moment, for the time being anyway. Let's talk about kind of how eras have changed, because when AJ Lee was around to begin with, it was the biggest difference was the title wasn't called the women's title. It was the Divas title. And they would have 5-minute matches at that. They weren't great. they were, these people probably weren't even wrestlers. I've listened to
Yeah.
the podcasts with people who used to be in WWE, and they said that they would pick these women out of magazines to come and wrestle, and they weren't picking them based on whether they could actually perform in the ring. They based them on their looks.
Yeah.
I mean, compare that to today. What environment is AJ Lee stepping back into?
She's definitely stepping back into one where she is known for performing rather than her looks, in my opinion. There's so many women wrestlers now that some, in worst case scenario, they outshine some of the men nowadays.
Look at the likes of Io Sky and Rhea Ripley.
Yes, they always have a cracker of a match when they're pitted together.
Yeah, and like I say, these women were based on their looks more than what they could do in the ring, and it's going to be so refreshing to see her back in that environment, because I think she retired around the time that we saw the Revolution and we saw Charlotte and Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks and Bayley and all these different female superstars who have gone on to create history, like Banks down WrestleMania, main evented WrestleMania. We've seen, same with Becky and Charlotte, we've seen so many women since AJ Lee's gone break down so many barriers for what it means to be a women's wrestler in WWE, that we know AJ Lee's going to come back and smash it, but now she's got that platform to do it on an even bigger scale than she had when she was there originally, I feel. Is that fair to say?
Well, the moment she was in the ring when she did return, she did look very strong on how she performed. I know there might be a case of a bit of ring rust there, but I'm sure she'll iron that out when she eventually gets training and gets back into training for it.
It's important to note, Jack, going a little bit off topic, it's nearly coming up to 3:00 in the UK, and we're about to get a little buzz on our phones. So if you hear anything on the podcast, then it's a little buzz. It's nothing for us to worry about. We're not going to panic.
It's just an alert.
It's just an alert test to make sure that we're listening and we're alert, which of course we. Talking about the women's division, Jack, we know we had Evolution earlier this year. We know that, these women are having more of a spotlight on them nowadays. We look at Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Naomi before she got pregnant. We look at all these superstars. To have AJ Lee return, how much of a shot in the arm is that for the division?
It just adds that more sense of experience, because she's been around so many eras of wrestling, let's say that, and she'll just add more experience to the locker room. I reckon there'll be a lot of young women wrestlers, talent wise, coming up to her for advice on certain things, which will help boost their career.
Yeah, I'm just so happy to see her back,
I'm very pleased,
and to see how Punk was so proud of her. And
he's just his smile as he crossed his arms, he was smiling. It was funny.
Our alert system's going to go off at any second now. Any second. Should we continue with the podcast? This is going to make good podcasting.
Yes.
But mine hasn't gone off so far. We're 15 seconds into 3:00, and it hasn't gone off. Still hasn't gone off. Oh well. Let's talk about the match we're going to see. We know we're going to get a match at WrestlePalooza. I think that's all confirmed at this moment in time.
Confirmed, yes.
Between CM Punk and AJ Lee and Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. Do you see any stipulation? Do you see titles being on the line? Because we know that one side holds 2 titles.
Yes. As you were saying off air, that there could potentially be a winner takes all match between the 4.
I think it's none of our phones. I think the radio's phone's having an alert. Oh well, we'll leave it. We'll leave it.
Yeah.
What you were saying?
Yeah, I think there is a definite potential for a winner takes all match if they are to put the titles on the line. I do see AJ and Punk winning, just to sort of boot. Obviously, I know it's their first match back, so they'll plan something surprising. They've got something planned.
AJ to win her return match. I think we say it always on this podcast, don't we? That we always see the wrestlers return and win on their debut or return.
But as we've seen in the Netflix documentary series Unreal, it is very difficult in the production room at this precise moment in time, with plans changing constantly, people getting injured left, right, and centre. It's very chaotic.
Do you think we'll see an episode of WWE Unreal based around this?
I reckon there is massive potential to see what gone into this return.
Would you like to see an episode of Unreal about this?
I would be very, very pleased if they managed to pull one off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Talking of returns, is this the biggest return for the women's division we've ever seen in WWE? Because for me, I can't think of any bigger. I mean, I know we've had Liv Morgan come back from injury, Rhea Ripley.
Nikki Bella's one.
Nikki Bella? Yeah.
Recently.
Is that bigger than AJ Lee back after 10 years? I mean, Nikki Bella popped in, popped out, had matches at Royal Rumbles, the first Evolution, I think she main evented.
Well, with regards to sort of how long they've been out, no, I don't think anyone comes close to what AJ Lee's done recently. But with regards to just purely return, I'm actually not sure. There hasn't been anyone that I could name off the top of my head. Now that
you'd probably say you maybe think Punk if you're thinking overall.
Yeah.
You might say Cody Rhodes, but Roman Reigns potentially.
Yeah.
But on the women's side, I can't think of anyone.
No, there's maybe Rhea is one potentially. But then again, she wasn't out for very long.
Yeah. I'm just so pleased to have her back. It's going to be so nice to see.
A very wholesome moment, it is.
It is. And I mean, what other returns are there? We got Soraya / Paige, and I can't think of any other, they'll never return, never say never kind of moments.
The Soraya ones, I'm still a bit surprised why they didn't really pull the trigger for Evolution, personally, but then
Royal Rumble, maybe.
They had other plans with Evolution, as we know.
Yeah. Chris Jericho, anyone?
That news has sort of gone quiet, right, in the last couple of weeks, though he's done an interview, as you were saying.
Yeah, he did an interview where he said he's happy in AEW, but if WWE want to talk when his contract's up, then he'll talk to WWE. Please don't. Anyway. Clash in Paris.
Yes. It happened a week ago now. We're only just getting around to it. As we say, we've been scheduling conflicts have led to us only just getting around to it now. The match.
Before you start,
yes,
it's important to note that I am still, yet again, you Ready Predictions champion.
Reigning champion.
He's yet still again. Only because I predicted Rusev to beat Sheamus.
Which he did, quite surprisingly. Along with wins for Cena over Logan Paul, Becky Lynch over Nikki Bella, Roman Reigns over Bronson Reed, finally getting his shoes back.
Would you rather have your shoes back or not be annihilated by Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed?
Not be annihilated by Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed. They're two massive powerhouses for the group.
I mean, it's quite clearly obvious that Roman Reigns is off to film Street Fighter. We know Cody Rhodes has been filming it for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns hasn't been back for that long, surely. He's been back for a couple of weeks. He had a match at SummerSlam, he had a match here, and now he's off again. And he won't be back now, probably until Survivor Series.
Nope, the build to the possible War Games match we're going to see. Yeah, once again, the European crowds for Clash as a whole have just been on point. Every chant, every sort of chant, even booing, they've been on point. They've been so loud. Just the passion is just incredible for European crowds I've seen.
I mean, what's that now? I know they keep doing tours around the UK for
Yeah.
premium live events and
They-
Smackdowns and Raws, or even live events, especially in
Yeah.
Cardiff.
Yes, Cardiff is a famous one for.
Which one third of the Are You Ready team was at last Thursday, which was
Yes.
very cool to attend and to see some superstars in the flesh like Jey Uso, Tiffany Stratton, even Nia Jax was there.
Oh, wow.
Jack.
Okay.
I thought of you and Curtis when she walked to the ring. I thought if they were here now, they would absolutely love it because we know Curtis loves Nia Jax. He's made no secret on the podcast.
Fan,
He's a massive fan. And then Tiffany Stratton was there as well. Unfortunately, still no Liv Morgan. So
no, still out. As you say, they're planning another European tour
just before the Royal Rumble,
I think.
Before they go over to Saudi Arabia.
I think they're in. Ironically, they're in Denmark on my birthday.
Oh, nice! Do you fancy a trip to Copenhagen? Copenhagen.
Not a fan, no.
No.
Apparently, they're in.
If you could go to any part of the world, if WWE could go to any part of the world and you got a free ticket, where would you like them to go to?
Ooh.
Are you going to take the Cardiff, Newport route, or are you going to go somewhere a bit scenic? Are you going to go somewhere you've always wanted to go?
I'm just purely going to say Glasgow.
Okay.
Because I know they've done plenty of shows down there, but it's one place outside of the UK I've always wanted to visit, really.
Glasgow is in the UK.
Alongside Ireland.
Yeah, Glasgow is in the UK.
Oh, yeah. That's my geography for you. Terrible. But outside the UK, maybe somewhere in America still.
Okay.
I think America's still a high profit margin for WWE shows.
I'd love to see WWE do the Tokyo Dome. I'd love to see them do the Tokyo Dome.
I mean, they haven't already yet.
I mean, we all know Dave Meltzer loves matches at the Tokyo Dome. Afternoon, Dave. Just love to see what ratings he'd give these matches if they take place at the Tokyo Dome, and how it would look and how it would feel, and just the major show that it would come with it. It would be so cool to see. Maybe India as well. We know that WWE have quite a large fan base in India. Obviously, we've seen the likes of
Jinder
Mahal, Veer Mahan, people like that. Great Khali, of course. So they've been over there before, and the crowd seem nuts. So I'd just love to see what a WWE show in India would look like. Because I'm sure it would probably be on the same level as Clash in Paris.
Possibly would, yes.
Fan-wise, anyway. Anyway, Clash in Paris. You expected Cena to win, which we all did. Although you saw some people saying that Logan Paul might win. Talk to me.
Yeah, there was potentially some news articles out there that I've seen. I think PW Insider was reporting it at one point, and there was a few influencers I watched saying that there is a potential for Logan Paul to win, to possibly boost his career, and as you say, get a win over the greatest of all time, in my opinion.
How would you have felt if Logan Paul had won, considering that Brock Lesnar is and was waiting in the wings for John Cena?
Was, technically. I guess I'd have to go based off how he won. If he won by obviously nefarious means, because he is a heel at the moment, I would kind of feel a bit underwhelmed the way he would win, but I would get it from a whole heel standpoint. But
yeah.
If he just won clean, then I would have no clue whatsoever why they have decided to make that decision, unless they come out obviously after like the post show why they made that decision.
Before we started this, I was looking at something online, and someone said WWE played Friday SmackDown really clever, because we've seen the backlash to Brock Lesnar coming back at SummerSlam and the whole. I think I've made no secret about my feelings on this podcast. Nope. But what you do is you have him at the start of the show, but then by the time the show finishes, no one is talking about Brock Lesnar.
No,
because everyone is talking about AJ Lee.
Which is very smart by WWE.
Unfortunately. Because the lawsuit is still active, and
still ongoing. Yeah.
oh, that's very delayed. Is that you, Jack?
Yeah.
That's Jack's phone. It is a test of an emergency alert. Thank you very much for letting us know.
Very, very late.
Very late.
Amazing.
Oh, wow.
Well,
Yeah, indeed. Where were we? Crash in Paris.
talking about the Lesnar's stuff.
We were. We'll leave Brock Lesnar there because that's been announced for WrestlePalooza.
It has.
Among quite a few other things, we'll talk all things WrestlePalooza next week. Yeah, European premium live events. This is the 4th now, I think, in 4 years. We've had this. We've had, or 5. We've had this. We've had Bash in Berlin last year. We had Backlash in Lyon. We had Money in the Bank. We had in London. We had Clash in Paris. I've already counted that. We've had Clash at the Castle in Scotland and Clash in the Castle in Cardiff. So, yeah, they're making no secret that they do like these European shows and these European tours.
Well, I've always believed that Clash should mainly stay a European style show, personally, because I just enjoy the whole name and the branding side.
It's really nice to watch a premium live event
at a reasonable time.
At 6 o'clock our time. It's really nice. Thank you, WWE. Let's talk about the match that we disagreed on. Sheamus lost to Rusev. What did you think of the match?
It was one of my favourite matches of the card.
Did you expect it to be that brutal? Because I think we've seen them a couple of times on Monday Night Raw have a battle, but nothing compared to what we've seen in Paris.
No. The whole shillelagh spots, they were just so brutal. Obviously, did he tap him out? To win?
He did. He tapped him out with a shillelagh forged into his mouth.
Yeah, his mouth. I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do with Rusev in the near future, because they wouldn't have given him this win for no reason. They might have something kind of big planned, I would say, for him soon.
Well, I think Sheamus has said online, and we all know Sheamus wants to win the Intercontinental title.
Yes.
He could go after that. I mean, we've seen on Monday Night Raw, AJ Styles lost to Dominic Mysterio. Could we see Sheamus go after Dominic Mysterio next for the Intercontinental title? Or could we see them form a tag team?
Which is
I think, what
bandied around.
What Sheamus and Cesaro did back in the day. Back about 5 years ago with the Bar. They had a bit of a feud, and then it ended up in them coming together and teaming, and then they went on to have a really good tag team that got super over with the crowd, and it was much loved.
Well, the only difference is now is I think Cesaro and Sheamus weren't necessarily friends at the start of it.
Which is what they're not now.
Which, yeah, true. But if they were to turn Rusev and Sheamus into a tag team, I think it would work slightly better because they are friends in real life, which I know Cesaro and Sheamus did eventually become friends. But it would just help the chemistry a lot more if they sort of bounced off each other.
Plus, it would be a great shot in the arm for the tag team division.
Yeah, which
I mean,
I think it's the Raw. Is it the Raw side?
Raw side hasn't got the most numbers, which is why I struggled to see why we don't see teams like the LWO featured more. Why we don't see. I mean, Dragon Lee's been in the spotlight recently, and we see the LWO do stuff in AAA and Worlds Collide.
I suppose you can forgive that as the fact that they're more sort of AAA people if they need bodies, basically.
But what I don't understand is like teams like Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne were in a tag team. Where have they gone? You know, Tyler Bate returned on exactly. Tyler Bate returned from injury on Raw just after when they were in London. We haven't seen them since.
No.
I'd love to see those two back together, even if one turns on each other or one turns on the other person. You know. Anyway, the main event. Let's talk about the main event. It was a fatal 4-way match between LA Knight, Jey Uso, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins. I mean, if you've listened to the half an hour of this podcast so far, I think the winner was pretty obvious, Jack.
Pretty obvious, yeah.
I mean, it was pretty obvious who was going to win going into it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
To be fair.
Maybe there was slight rumours of they were doing a swerve and possibly putting the title on LA Knight, but we all knew that it was staying on Seth. It was staying with Seth.
Yeah. How do you feel about kind of this card, as we said before, felt very predictable. How do you feel about that? Do you like wrestling when it's predictable with a little bit of jeopardy at stake where you don't really know who's going to win?
I'm sort of more in between, where I enjoy the predictability of some matches, some feuds, but then also I like slight surprises sprinkled in, just to keep sort of my attention, basically.
Like, for example, Cena Lesnar, we think Cena might win, but we don't really know because it's Brock's first match back, but Cena's on his retirement tour, so who do you give the win to?
But then there's the whole, asterisk of the whole stuff. But
yeah, but we don't really know.
But we don't know.
WrestlePalooza's up next.
It is September 20th.
It is. Were you, going back to the Cena stuff, were you surprised we didn't see Brock Lesnar at Clash in Paris?
I was surprised, but I wasn't necessarily worried that we didn't see him. Or when I did see the match, I was like, I was kind of hoping for Lesnar, but then I understood why they saved him for, as you say, the SmackDown, Cena's last SmackDown in Chicago.
Yeah. It's getting towards the end of the road, isn't it?
We've
only got like 3 months left. How do you feel? Are you sad already? Are the emotions starting to kick in?
The emotions are starting to kick in, especially from last SmackDown that he is a part of ever.
Whenever she's seen on SmackDown again.
In Chicago, which was the first ever
place where he debuted.
Appearance where he debuted, which was very, very
full circle.
Well played by WWE. Let him have this TV time, and ironically, a nice thing where he got interrupted by Sami Zayn.
Yes, the new United States champion.
Yes, and he brought back the US Open Challenge, which was a nice nod.
It's going to be Sami Zayn's thing now.
I couldn't think of a better man to pass it on and keep tradition alive, as we say.
Are there any names you'd like to see face Sami Zayn if he is going to do a weekly Open Challenge?
Carmelo Hayes.
Okay.
Is one I jumps off the top of my head straight away.
Anyone else?
Well, he's obviously already faced Cena, which we know. Owens.
Okay, when he's back. Anyone from NXT, maybe?
Ethan Page.
Tony D'Angelo?
Ethan Page.
Okay.
Ricky Saints.
Yeah, I'd like to see that match.
Obafemi would be an interesting one.
He would be. That would be a great match.
If they were to go the opposite route of not introducing him to Seth Group, which I think will happen.
Ooh, was that a prediction there from you, Jack?
It is.
Ooh, okay. Talk about Wade Barrett.
Yes, we shall. And commentary teams as a whole.
Yeah, because there was a little bit of speculation yesterday, because, as we record this, because Wade Barrett, long-time WWE commentator and performer, of course, Bad News Barrett, part of the Nexus, etc.
Yes.
There was a report out saying that he was done commentating in WWE for the time being.
For the foreseeable future.
Which led to people speculating online as to why. They said maybe it was comments made towards Nikki Bella, which quite a few people online said that they didn't see anything wrong with, where he just says she needs to prove herself again because it's been 10 years or whatever since she was there and having a run, and this generation is completely different to the generation that she was in.
It's a more challenging generation. I think that's what he was trying to say.
But that isn't what's happened, is it, Jack?
No.
Why is Wade Barrett being taken off commentary?
Apparently he's requested some time off.
He did it 9 months ago.
9 months ago, apparently. And personally, I don't really see anything wrong. I'm in the boat where I don't see anything wrong with his comments. personally. I personally enjoyed him on the commentary team. I think was it for Raw or SmackDown he was on?
He was on SmackDown. He started
SmackDown.
off on Raw and then he moved over to SmackDown.
I just think he's done an incredible job.
And he's done the occasional premium live, of course.
With just what he's been given, considering he's relatively, well, not new anymore, but he was relatively new to the commentary game when he started. As he just retired. But it's nice to see that Corey Graves has got some spotlight again, obviously.
Yeah, because for a couple of months, it felt like they didn't really know what to do with Corey Graves. I think we said that he's one of the best commentators WWE have. And him and Wade are two outstanding color commentators.
He's been praised a lot.
Both obviously ex-pro, ex-professional wrestlers themselves. They know what it takes. They know the wrestlers. They know everything.
They know sort of the ins and outs of the business, which is nice. Which is nice to see.
And then at the start of the year, we saw that it was going to be Pat McAfee and Michael Cole on Monday Night Raw on Netflix. And we would see that it would be Joe Tessitore and Wade Barrett on SmackDown.
Once he's finished with the NFL full season, I think.
And people were saying, well, where'd you put Corey Graves? Obviously, he ended up as a third voice on NXT, and you think he's still there.
I think he'll stay on NXT.
You think he'll do all 3 shows?
Well, he has.
Would that not be enough work for him?
He has the capability to do all 3 shows, but it's whether or not he has the time, really. Because obviously he's a family man.
He is.
And I suppose he's got a lot of ventures outside of the company as well.
Indeed he does. What's your favourite commentary team? Or out of the commentary teams that we see, what's your favourite?
Oh, wow. It's got to be, for me, Michael Cole's involved.
Of course.
Whether or not, regardless. It's between Pat McAfee or Joe Tessitore for me. I just enjoy the fact that the Tessitore's experience in lot of sporting events he's been a part of, which has given him the experience. The whole Pat McAfee show that Pat's presenting has given him experience behind the mic as well.
What do you think led to the fans kind of turning on Pat McAfee? Because there were quite a few people that said that he's getting a little bit stale, a little bit boring. What do you think was that down to?
I just think like kind of overexposure. So like he was on a lot of week. Obviously, he was on Raw for a while, and he was doing a lot of pay-per-view events too. But I think personally that he should stay in the commentary role if he was brought back.
Do you think we will see him brought back?
There's been reports that he is coming back at WrestlePalooza, apparently.
Okay. Of course, it's in Indianapolis, which is home.
I think obviously now you put it that way, it is going to happen. But there was a lot of reports saying, I think Triple H even said it himself. I think that he's obviously taking some time off for filming his show or NFL reasons, which he does, and he's coming back very soon.
Do you think we could see? I know that we've said, I think before, Corey Graves, we could see make a one-off appearance. Would you like to see Wade Barrett, if he is physically capable of doing so, return into the ring, even if it's for one match? Because I think they were teasing something before. I seem to remember with him and Drew McIntyre.
Right, this is a kind of a theory I have now. I want to
go on,
get across. I would love to see Wade Barrett in the ring one more time, even if it's just a retirement match. I don't mind. And as you say, Drew is the perfect opponent for Wade Barrett to face, to possibly retire him. One, it gives Drew a credible name on his career, on his CV.
As if he hasn't got enough.
As if he got enough, yeah. A lot of legends on his CV that he's supposedly retired. But yeah, it'll give another big name to add to his CV and a nice sort of send off for bad news, as we should say.
Indeed, he has some bad news that he's going to be off commentary for a couple of weeks. Of all time, though, Jack, of all time, since the dawn of the universe, who is your favorite commentator?
It's going to have to be
Michael Cole. Did you say
Michael Cole? Yeah, he's just so good as we say, play-by-play.
Who would be the color commentator? Could have anyone from all time. Mm-hmm. Who's your goat of color commentating?
Jim Ross.
He's play-by-play as well. He won't be a color commentator.
I mean, maybe JBL.
Okay.
Possibly.
Okay, I can see that. Would you have a 2-man booth or a 3-man booth?
Two man.
Okay, I'm gonna have a 3. Okay.
Okay.
Now, I think the conversation is between Michael Cole and Jim Ross. I think depending on what era you're from us two being from this era, we're gonna go with Michael Cole. If you're from the 80s or the 90s, you're probably gonna say Jim Ross because you grew up with that. I'm sure in 20, 30 years' time when two people sit at Newport City Radio to do their own wrestling podcast, they'll say they'll have a completely different favorite. I'm gonna go with 2 people, color commentators. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Corey Graves.
Okay.
For I think the reasons we spoke about, and I'm gonna go with someone from AEW.
Wow.
I'm gonna go with Taz.
Ooh.
Taz and Michael Cole had such a great run as commentators. I think it was on SmackDown about 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah. That's a good shout, Taz.
And Taz is a really good commentator on AEW as well. Again, got a great voice about him, provides insight, provides what it means to be a wrestler.
And he also knows what.
And he's got a bit of a light-hearted touch about him as well, which I think you need sometimes as a commentator. You know, Pat McAfee, I think, was a little bit over the top with his kind of humor and trying to make people laugh. I think Taz is that kind of.
That's just his personality, I'm assuming. Sort of shining through to his commentary.
Who do you think? Who is your favorite commentary team listening at home? Who would be your fantasy commentator team? Let us know. Let us know on social media because you can do that, can't you?
Yes, you can do that in the comments of YouTube. It goes up on YouTube.
It does.
And in the comments of our Facebook page.
Indeed. Or Instagram. Or Twitter.
Or Twitter.
If this gets put up on Twitter, which I don't know. Anyway, Jack, thank you.
Thank you.
We've been courteous-less, but we haven't been voiceless.
Nope.
We'll be back next week to probably get Curtis's thoughts on AJ Lee's return. We will probably be talking about WrestlePalooza and probably a little bit else as well. I don't know what, but we'll talk about AEW. Before we do go, whilst he's not here, we'll talk about AEW.
Okay.
Now, we spoke last week that WWE kind of counter-programming AEW with this WrestlePalooza premium live event, and it's the same day as All Out, etc. All Out's moved their time, so they were going to go at the same time as WrestlePalooza, but now they've said AEW said the show is going to be in the afternoon rather than the evening.
Yeah.
How do you feel? What do you think about that?
I suppose it's sort of ease of watching again for sort of AEW fans if it's in the afternoon. But I personally think this was always going to happen with the counter programming. One company's always going to try and one up the other, which is good for healthy competition, but it's not needed all the time.
At what point is enough enough? I think I said to you off air, when will it end? How will it end?
I think this has to end at Mania. I think WWE
ends at Mania. WWE x AEW Dream Card
needs to show, like, pull off some big guns and show we're still top dogs of this industry.
Because I mean, if you look at what's going up against All Out, you've got Brock Lesnar, John Cena. You've got AJ Lee and CM Punk in AJ Lee's return match against Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. I think there's been something else announced. You might have. I think you've got Io Sky against Stephanie Vaquer for the women's title. I think there's been something else announced, but I can't think of it at the top of my head. Should we have a look online?
Ooh.
WrestlePalooza. So yeah, coming out so far, obviously Brock Lesnar seen, as I mentioned. Lee and Punk against Rollins and Lynch isn't to be announced yet. And then you've got Io Sky versus Stephanie Vaquer for the vacant Raw Women's title, which I think they'll put Stephanie Vaquer.
Yeah,
I
think that's the logical move to go Stephanie Vaquer.
At what point do AEW move their time to the afternoon and WWE does exactly the same thing? Would that be the clearest indication yet? If it isn't clear already
that is a form of
they're probably counter programming.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll see that one day? Do you think we'll see that soon?
Like I've said, I personally want this to end at Mania. I want them to, as I've said previously before, AEW is the best competition that WWE's had in years. Company wise, I think TNA is second to that, obviously, but TNA and WWE are sort of chums with their partnership. But yeah, I think this needs to end at Mania.
Okay.
Where somehow they pull off something. They have the money to drag people, back if they want to come back. That is.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you, Jack.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening at home to another edition of the Are You Ready Wrestling Podcast. We'll see you soon.